You ever feel like the more selfless you are, the more life seems to punish you for it? Like when you try to be kind to everyone, but it feels like people are just taking you for granted. Maybe you've bent over backwards to help someone, only to be forgotten the moment they got what they wanted. Or maybe you keep saying yes when your soul is screaming no, and still, it never seems enough. Maybe you've been the friend who always shows up, the partner who always forgives, or the employee who never complains. And somehow, despite how much of yourself you give, it feels like life is one long cycle of being overlooked and emotionally depleted. You wonder, what more can I give? What else do people want from me? You sacrifice your own needs thinking that it will earn you love, security, or respect, but all it brings is burnout. And it's a quiet kind of pain. The kind that doesn't scream but slowly chips away at your spirit. If you've ever laid in bed feeling drained, wondering, why do people walk all over me while the selfish ones seem to win? You're not alone. And you're not crazy. Today we're going to talk about why, in many cases, selfish people do seem to come out on top, and how you can take back your power without losing your soul. Here's the truth. Selfish people aren't winning because they're cruel. They're winning because they know how to prioritize themselves. They have boundaries. They aren't afraid to take up space. They say no when something doesn't serve them. They choose rest over guilt. They pursue what they want without apologizing for it. And in a world that rewards confidence, assertiveness, and clarity, that kind of self-prioritization looks like winning. They don't sit in meetings waiting to be noticed. They speak up. They don't over-apologize for taking a break. They schedule it. They don't wait for permission. They give it to themselves. And people respond to that, because the world takes its cues from how you treat yourself. Let's talk about Lisa. Lisa works a 9 to 5 and is the go-to person at her office. Always available, always picking up slack. She's praised, but passed over for promotions. Why? Because she's seen as dependable, not dynamic. People rely on her, but they don't respect her leadership potential. She's a pillar, but invisible. Then there's Alex. Alex sets clear limits. No work after 6, no weekend emails. He speaks up in meetings, says no without guilt. Some call him arrogant, but guess what? He just got promoted. Why? Because he stands out. He values his time, and so others do too. Scenario 1. Relationships. You're always the one initiating plans, giving gifts, checking in. They barely reciprocate. But the moment you stop, they act like you're the problem. Sound familiar? Instead of constantly giving to prove your worth, do this instead. Pull back. Match energy. Let silence speak. Real love flows both ways. When you're the only one holding a relationship together, it becomes a performance, not a connection. By matching energy, you reclaim your dignity. You stop investing in someone who won't meet you halfway. And that silence, it's not rejection, it's clarity. Let it show you who belongs in your life. Scenario 2. Work. You keep saying yes to every task, every favor. You want to be seen as reliable. But people don't respect what you don't respect yourself. Instead of saying yes out of fear of disappointing others, do this instead. Pause. Ask yourself, does this align with my priorities? Am I being used, or am I being valued? When you say yes to everything, your time becomes meaningless to others. But when you pause, assess, and sometimes say no, you communicate that your time and mental energy are valuable. This doesn't make you difficult, it makes you discerning. And that distinction earns you respect. Scenario 3. Friendships. You're the therapist friend, the reliable one, but no one checks on you. You become resentful, burned out. Instead of overextending to feel valuable, do this instead. Choose reciprocal energy. Lean into friendships that nourish, not drain. Learn to say, I'm not available right now. You are not a crisis hotline. Being the strong friend doesn't mean you have to carry everyone else's emotions while ignoring your own. True friendships don't demand your silence or your self-neglect. They welcome your boundaries and respect your limits. Scenario 4. Family. You're expected to show up, handle responsibilities, sacrifice your dreams for tradition or expectations. but you're suffocating under the weight of it, instead of blindly obeying out of guilt. Do this instead. Create space. Set boundaries. Your life belongs to you. Love doesn't mean martyrdom. You can love your family and still say no. You can respect them and still walk your own path. Carrying generational burdens out of guilt only creates cycles of resentment. Setting boundaries creates healing. You are not selfish for choosing peace. What selfish people get right is that they protect their energy like it's gold. Because it is. And that's not evil. That's emotional intelligence. You can be kind and have boundaries. You can give without betraying yourself. Being self-aware isn't selfish. It's necessary. The problem is we've been conditioned, especially women, especially empaths, to believe that our worth is tied to how much we give. But that's a lie. You don't earn love through exhaustion. You don't gain respect by becoming invisible. People will keep taking from you as long as you let them. But when you start showing up for yourself, when you start saying no, when you choose your own peace over pleasing others, that's when your life changes. Self-respect isn't earned by people-pleasing. It's claimed by showing yourself that your needs matter too, by making your inner peace a priority, by knowing that being needed isn't the same as being valued. Here's the truth. The world treats you the way you teach it to. And if you teach it that you'll tolerate disrespect, it will keep handing it to you. But if you show up with quiet confidence, clear limits, and firm yeses and nos, you start to win too. You shift from being a background character to becoming the author of your own life. And that's not selfish. That's sacred. So no, you don't have to become heartless to thrive. But you do have to become selective. Not everyone gets access to your time, your energy, your care. Selfish people aren't evil. They've just mastered something most of us are too afraid to try, putting themselves first without apology. And maybe it's time you did the same. Here's your invitation. Stop asking for permission. Start acting like you matter, because you do.